my whole heart. I'll have nothing to say at the moment of your death, except the same 3 words that I've always said. So if you leave me tonight, know that you meant everything to me, except the same 3 words that I've always said. And even though I'm not good enough for you, know that you meant everything to me, and die with only my purity in your heart. And even though I'm not good enough for you, you should know that I tried my absolute best, and die with only my purity in your heart. Not those doubts that I had, resurfaced and fought. You should know that I tried my absolute best. I restrained and I changed myself for you. Not those doubts that I had, resurfaced and fought. Darling, darling, I restrained and I changed myself for you. So if you leave me tonight, darling, darling, I'll have nothing to say at the moment of your death. The Apology. I'm sorry for everything that I've done. I'm sorry for thinking you were the one. I'm sorry for wanting you. Sorry I didn't know what to do. I'm sorry for helping. I'm sorry for trusting. Well, I'm sorry for asking. I'm sorry for letting you in. I'm sorry for asking where you'd been. I'm sorry I knew. Well, I'm sorry for loving you. I'm sorry for expecting anything back. I'm sorry for whatever I must lack. I'm sorry for Oliver, Jane, Des and MJ. I'm sorry for everything that I say. I'm sorry for the letters. I'm sorry I couldn't have been better. I'm sorry for all the time we lost. I'm sorry for all the hurt I cost. I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry for what I miss. I'm sorry on behalf of everyone else. Well, I'm sorry for myself. I'm sorry for the band. I'm sorry for holding your hand. I'm sorry for reading your mind. I'm sorry for what I might find. I'm sorry for persisting. I'm sorry for existing. I'm sorry for crying. Well, I'm sorry for lying. I'm sorry for all the games I tried to play. I'm sorry for forever and today. Old money. Who taught me to love the scent of bills in a wallet? Is it because I was poor? Is it because my mother didn't love me more than the money that I owed for the childhood she cursed me into awareness of? Yes, I was her saviour and her slave, half the product of a man, made her own dissatisfaction, realised and fed like she was dropped on the head by her dragon of a mother, and they have problems that she'll never solve or avoid, so she might die before I'm old, never burying the lies that I still get sold. And though I could trace the blame for my sin, picking backwards from the line of my kin to the one that never smiled, she remains no catalyst of time. In a lack of progression, I am the form of the confession at the end of a series that never looked back on itself. Is that from where I now draw my wealth? As a writer of useless rhymes, doomed to pass the time, sitting in cramped little libraries with lesbian women and their cats, drinking from styrofoam cups, refusing to enjoy their retirement? And I tell them that I'm no one, but the truth is that I'm tired of it. It makes me so depressed to see so little come of anyone's best, for them to have lived so long and have such ideas about what to do with the rest. But the answer is that I don't know whether you should hang on to your impossibly stupid dream or let it go. And I can't tell whether it makes me sick, whether the Narcissus convincing these spinsters is a genius or a dick. Yet I work for the ones who recruit for my 3 years of stagnation and crisis, and I sit behind a woman posing as Mother Isis with her sickening Venn diagram of selection, telling bright and valuable eyes, between your likes and talents lies perfection. But if I could have had all that, I would have known it was all crap. My circles are on different sides of a gulf, a big and nasty void. These things that I'm great at, which I've never enjoyed, and these things that I love, which will never see me employed. And the only thing I've ever wanted to do is when neither of these things are true. My impossible obstacle of a voice, bleeding talent in every way but song. Finding I've found my way in all ways, except the one that matters. Is it all revenge, just a generation latter? So now, with her fingers down my throat, she says, I never meant to make you choke, and can I blame her for what she didn't know how to do? If I had a sister, would she be a singer, a lawyer, a liar, or at least her heart's desire? Would either of them learn? Would they ever understand for what I yearn? They're all so different but the same, these 3 layers of demons from my mother, found the easiest way from one place to another, like a pin through a paper folded thrice, stabbing into the recesses of my life. Yes, sadly my ego was a gift my mother never got, which she planted, blossomed, crushed, and wrought. Every bad note was yet another misery, so eventually I quit because of being shit. And I guess I'm not as stubborn as I thought, to have lost the battle with demons that I never knew I fought. And all I ever wanted was to give up. So now I sit here with murky coffee in my cup. And am I really better? I guess it doesn't matter that I'll never make any money, to not have the scent of bills in my wallet. It'll never make me happy.